Namaskar. You are watching our innovative talk show, Enriching Life. Enriching Life. Life has to be enriched. Today the topic is knowing versus realizing. Knowing versus realizing. Very two common word. Knowing and realizing, very common word, commonly used by everybody in our both in our personal life and also professional life. It is not that big. But let's go deep in that. Let's have deep thinking on that. Knowing, we know a lot. Knowing, we know a lot. So knowing, as we feel, it is very easy, comfortable. There is no hurdles in knowing. But realizing, it has the otis. We have to think deeply. Realizing is a very tough task. It is not that easy. But thinking is something different. Understanding is something different. Realizing is something different. So many people, they claim themselves, I know this, I know him, I know this, I know this. But do you realize this? Do you realize? Suppose I know Mr. X, I know Mr. X. But have I understood Mr. X? Have I understood the positive qualities, negative qualities of Mr. X? Have I understood what personality he has? Have I understood whether he is a genuine person or duplicate person, is a hypocrite? Have I understood it? No. Or have I realized that he is a good friend to be trusted or he is a cheater? Because when people, they tell that, hey, I trust him, I know him very well. But when they get betrayed, oh my God, I didn't know. I didn't realize that he is such a dangerous person, he is such a selfish person. Oh, now you realize, you are knowing him. But now you knew him, you understood him, but you didn't realize what type of person he is, what type of attitude he has, what type of intention, motive he has in a relations. Only after you got betrayed, only after that mishap, you could know, you could realize. It's not know, it is realize. So knowing versus realizing is the fantastic thing, is the most sensitive thing which empower life, enrich our life. Because in so many places, just like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, so many people, they read 5 to 10 slokas every day. They know it, but they have not realized what is the meaning behind it, how it is to be practiced, applied in our life. So also Hanuman Chalisa. So many people have they get it right. They are already accustomed every day, got by heart. But they do not know what is the meaning behind it, what is the message behind it, how to practice, how it is linked with our life. That is the things realizing, they do not realize. But people start realizing after the event happens, after the mishap happens, or after something very uncomfortable situation happens. Hence, let's go detail to what is the real difference and why this happens, knowing versus realizing. By now, you must be knowing, at least you must have sensitized this feeling that what is the difference between knowing versus realizing. We know a lot, but how much we have realized? We know a lot in personal life, in professional life. But let's ask to ourselves, let's be honest, how many issues, how many topics, how many subjects we have realized down to earth. Because why this happens, what are the reasons, what is the hurdle? The reason is that maximum of us, most of the people, they become They're casual in life, they're casual, emotional, they become casual, they're emotional, they take others as granted. Oh, he is my brother, I must believe. It's not like that. So this emotional attitude, casual attitude, taking everything as granted. He is my son, I must believe. He is my niece, I must believe. He is my intimate friend, believe. Sometimes people say, he was my friend, intimate friend for last 12 years, but he betrayed me. No, he has not betrayed. You have been betrayed because you could not realize what type of person he was. It is your mistake, not his mistake. Because so many mistakes, when we commit mistake, we do not admit, we do not own the mistake, we do not realize the mistake that I am responsible. Rather, we blame others, we blame God, we blame our luck. What is these things? So, because we become casual, we become very emotional and taking others as granted. That becomes the difference. We are not in a position to realize because things are running comfortably. But when the jerk comes, mishap comes, then you start realizing. Because another thing is that we do not have that foresight, that vision, the proactive approach. If this is the way, so we take everything is going nice, nice. It's not that. It's not that. Failure is the pillar of success, we know. But how many of us accept the failure in positive mood, gladly, happily, that yes, I got an opportunity to learn. The moment failure comes, then we are depressed, demotivated, and then we start realizing, oh, I did a mistake, all negative things comes from. No. So we are not having that foresight, that vision, the proactive approach. That is why we are lacking that realization. Another thing is that we are also not learning from our own life, anything that has happened in the past, that any mishap, any failure, any rejection, any betrayal, we are not learning from that. We take it bad luck, bad time, blame God, blame others. But why it happened? We are not learning from that. Once we learn from that, then we are enriching our life. Now coming, enriching life. When we enrich our life, how? We start realizing why this happened, what I should have done, what I did, so like this. This is the things. And so absolutely, the realization, the true realization, genuine realization and realization with positive attitude, with learning attitudes, then only we can empower ourselves, we can enrich ourselves. Another thing, no one is perfect. No one from birth can realize everything. But it is not that when we suffer, when we face a challenge, only at that time realize. No, learning from others. So we will also discuss how we can enhance this skill of realizing, not knowing. Knowing versus realizing has a great impact on our life. For example, we know that for our livelihood, we need money, we have to earn. But money is not the purpose of life, it is not the mission of life. But there are so many people, they run after money. When they run after money and they are so much not in need, they are in greed. Their greed natures, they invest their time, talent and energy, everything for earning money. And by that, they don't keep any relation with anybody, they do not become social, even they don't give time to themselves also. When at the end of their life, toward the end of a life, when they gather so much money, they start realizing that this earning for this money, they have lost the valuable moments of their life, they have lost relations, they have forgotten to enjoy life, they have neglected their own health, own relation, everything is shattered. When they start realizing that running after money, knowing that money is required, fine, but it should be as for the need, not as for the greed. Then when the realization comes, then there is no other way of amending it. There is no other way of repairing life, because they have already lost so many years, days, months and memorable moments. So that is why I say, on every issue, think, rethink and start realizing. Because realizing only empower us, enrich our life and lead us for a peaceful and meaningful life. That is why prevention is better than cure. Let me tell you few tips how we will have always this realizing attitude, motive and skill. The first thing is, we have to be very practical, pragmatic and very down to earth with a mature mind. That means we should not be childish, we should not be immature, and we should not be emotional, we should not be casual. Life is not like that. Life is the truth of life is that practical, not theory. It has to be practical. So mature mind, the people who have that mature mind, maturity of mind does not have any link with the age, qualification, power and position. It is linked with attitude. It linked with the wisdom. It is linked with the skill, ability to realize. That is the things. So being practical, pragmatic with a mature mind is a thoughtful mind, and that shows that can happen only when you have the positive attitudes and practical and focused. That is why always have a cool mind, clean heart. Never have a polluted thought. And this will happen when we are in need, not in greed. This greed tempts us. This excites us for acquiring materialistic things for which we become immature. We have to be mature. Mature person, they think twice before taking any decisions. They consult others And that's why, and in relating to our relation, even in family, so what? We have to understand others well, explore them. Understand means their positive qualities, their negative qualities. Everything we have to understand. Before taking a decision, whom I will trust, how much I will trust, even if my own children or relation, blood relation, I must understand a person well, explore the person well with a very positive mind, clarity in thought, conception, and that is why the most important thing is that once we know a person, his positive and negative, we will accept him as he or she is. Once we accept the minus qualities, negative qualities of a person, so we will never say afterwards, I was not knowing, I was betrayed. So when I know a person well, positive and negative, so I develop a strategy how to deal with him, how to keep a relation, how much to trust. That is called emotional intelligence, emotional management, emotional immunity. I must be emotional. Everybody having emotion. I must be emotional, but there is a limit to it. It has to be under limit. That is called emotional immunity. I will not be emotionally exploited. I will not be emotionally hurt. That is the most important thing. That is why I told you, prevention is better than cure. So we have to be well in advance. That is why we know a lot, but we will never feel I know everything. That comes overconfidence. That comes over smartness. I know everything. Taking things as granted. I know everything. What you will teach me? No. Develop the habit of learning. I have to learn. We have to learn from everybody. From friends, from seniors, from juniors. Even a illiterate person who is working as a daily worker, even I have to learn from him. Even the person is a vendor selling vegetables, selling fruits, everything on a footpath or roadside, I must learn because he has some experiences. So realizing that everybody has good qualities, realizing that I have to learn from everybody, realizing that our mistakes are source of learning. These are called realizing. This never comes casually or emotionally. And this very dangerous thing is that when some good people, good friends find out mistake, we misunderstand them. We misunderstand them because we feel those who are only talking nice, appreciating us, they are only good friends. No, those friends who are finding our mistake, guiding us and focusing on our demerits, they are good friends because they want us to be corrected, because they want us to enrich our life, because they are our well-wishers, mentor and guide. Such things we have to realize. So sometimes what happens, we do not realize who is a genuine friend, who is not a friend. Then we get betrayed. After we get betrayed, we blame God, we blame our luck. That is not the thing. So hence, let's realize this thing. Let's realize this thing, that the great difference between knowing and realizing. Never feel overconfident that I know everything. And definitely by now you must have realized this particular episode, that Enriching Life video definitely has the mission and intention of enriching life. If you appreciate this, please share it, subscribe it, spread it so that everybody will get a benefit. See you next time. Namaskar.